G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Just got a quick, short episode today. When I say quick and short, I normally start with that, and then the video goes for about 10 minutes. So I've got an episode today. I'm going to talk about five Steelers players that I'm excited for. Now, you could choose, honest to goodness, you could choose all 53 players to be excited for. This season is like in overhype, overdrive mode. Let's go. Let's effing go. Kenny Pickett, all the stuff going on, the young offense. It's been really fun, this offense, the off season with Omar Khan making all the moves. You guys know what's been happening. It's been fantastic. But I want to focus in on five players. And I also just got done as well doing a podcast with Matty Peveril. I might try and link that podcast in the comments below. If you haven't seen our work over there, me and Matty talk football about twice a week from, I think, Monday in America, and I think Friday in America too. We do a live show called Steelers Touch and Under. So I'll link the podcast below. If you guys aren't aware of that, click that YouTube channel or video and watch the podcast. Have a bit of fun. In a previous episode, we talked about connections with the Steelers, from like Patrick Peterson to Shannon Sullivan to Minkah Fitzpatrick and the Alabama connection with Levi Wallace. So we go through all that. It was awesome fun. But in today's episode, and you can tell how hyped I am and how much fun this is, Steeler Nation, talking this team, getting revved up. I think it's about 98 days away from the season. And yes, we've got to take it one step at a time. The OTAs is happening now. I think, like, when I checked the other day, they're in OTAs day 6. Let me see. We're in OTAs day, I think, just completed. The second week's almost over, right? Second week's will be almost over. They finish OTA number 6. They have like next week with 5 or 5th of June, 7th of June, 8th of June, stuff like that. And then we move forward into minicamp. But this stuff is starting to take shape. Anyways, in this episode today, guys, I'm going to name 5 players that I'm excited for this season in 2023. And I have to start with my main guy, Jaylen Warren. I feel like everything I've seen with Jaylen Warren in the offseason, from the camps, from the interviews, I think he's checked in. Now, I did say in a previous podcast or video a while back that Jaylen Warren was going to get 1,000 yards. And I still going to stick by that. I know it's crazy. I'm not an analyst. I don't overly care if I'm wrong, to be honest. But I like the idea of cheering for him to get 1,000 yards this season. And hopefully, if Warren's getting 1,000 yards, that means as well that Najee Harris can also get 1,000 yards because you're the 1-2 punch. I just feel like this offense is built to run the football 35, 40 times a game, depending how much they want to do it with the play action and getting Pickens involved and Deontay and Austin and that kind of stuff, right? But you even might see Austin do jet sweeps and things like that. But I feel like, one of the players I'm looking forward to, the top 5, and in no real particular order, but top 5, is Jaylen Warren would be one to look out for. I think second year, undrafted guy. He has a great story behind him, right? I think he's a good player to cheer for. And if Warren's playing well and he's getting 4.8 yards average, 5.2, 5.3 yards average to carry, a few TDs, if Warren is successful, then that should showcase that the Steelers offense will be successful too. So he's my first player. My next player is, I talked about him the other day. My next player is number 4, Mark Robinson. He's my next player who I think is going to be fun to watch in year 2 and also in 2023. I do believe that Cole Holcomb will start. I believe that Atlanta Roberts will start. Now, some analysts out there or sites out there are saying, you know what, we need a middle linebacker, and that's one of the weakest areas. Sure, it could be the weakest area, but I'm still keen to see what Mark Robinson can do. He played football near the end of his first year. I think he started the Browns game and the Ravens game. So I have to go back and watch some reps of that. But he had 9 tackles. He's a younger fella. I like the way that it's setting up for a year 2. He doesn't have to be a starting role, and he has the veterans in front of him like Holcomb, like Roberts, and he can maybe possibly fill in certain spots where if Roberts goes out a certain down, you fill in Mark Robinson. He's a big fella. He likes to tackle. He used to play running back. He knows how to get in between the gaps, and he understands the running schemes because he used to play running back, and he's a good short tackler. And from the highlights I saw in the videos last year or the games last year, He's a missile and loves to run down, into the gaps and take fire. So I'm keen to see what he can do. And like I said, 5 plays is very hard to choose. Mark Robinson is on my list to watch this year. The next one is, I think, on everyone's radar. KP8. KP8. Kenny effing Pickett, right? Mike Tomlin has some good things to say about him. If I can find the video, where is it?
We're back here, Coach, and what you expect now from Kenny Pickett, year 2. It's his team, full control from jump. What do you expect here? What do you talk to him about?
I expect him to kill it.
I expect him to kill it. I'm keen to see what Kenny Pickett can do in year 2. So he's my number 3 player out of my 5 players that I'm keen to watch in 2023. Just because it's now his team. This is Kenny Pickett's team. He has offense around him. They have possibly starting left tackle in Jones. They have the offensive line getting bigger and better. Isaac Seumalo, he could have been on my list too. He's a player coming from Philadelphia who went to the Super Bowl last year when they lost, but he's a big player. Kenny Pickett's year 2, firing the football to DJ, to Pickens, to finding Robinson, to finding Calvin Austin, to finding Freiermuth, Haywood. You name all the guys. You name all the weapons. Kenny Pickett's year 2, and to quiet down some of the noise from some of the people who don't like Kenny Pickett or aren't overhyped. And you know what? It's not that bad. It's not a bad thing to be hyped around Kenny Pickett. It's fun. As fans, we don't need to be over analytical. Just cheer your team on. Buy the jersey, wear the hat, KP8 mate on the front, and cheer your team on. I'm keen to see what he can do in year 2. And if that is getting 25 TDs and only 7 interceptions, that's a win. If that's him running the football and getting 300 yards for the season, getting 4 TDs running the game, that's a win. If that's getting the Steelers to a playoff chance and winning the AFC North division, that's a win. I'm keen to see his progression in year 2, that being KP8. I'm just excited to see him as a player. I really am. So that's what I want to watch this year. Now, the next two to summarize the video, we have Warren is number 5, in no particular order, but Warren 5, Mark Robinson 4, KP8's 3, and the next one is Patrick Peterson. My number 2 player on this list is Patrick Peterson. I've been listening to All Things Covered with Brian McFadden and Patrick Peterson doing their podcast, and every time I listen to that podcast, it hypes me up even more. I want the season to start tomorrow. I want to see Patrick Peterson work with his defense, work with Minka, work with Sullivan, who used to play with, work with all these guys, work with Marcus Golden, and I want to see this defense start to take over, right? I want to see the pass rush on the outside, get to the quarterback, and throw some footballs up in the air, 50-51s, where Peterson can pick it off and take it to the house, right? I want to see Peterson in his last few years as a player and on a high note with a chance to go to the playoffs and with a chance to win the Super Bowl, right? The window is slowly opening a tad little bit for a chance for the Steelers. Now, everyone's sleeping on the Steelers, but I like Patrick Peterson. I think he will be fantastic this year, and he's going to be a fun player to watch, number 20. My last player, as I summarize everything. My last player is Darnell Washington, right? This fella is huge. This guy's a big fella. I know that Zach Gentry is 6'8". I think Darnell Washington is 6'7", right? I'm keen to see what we can do in this offense. There's two factors. First of all is the blocking. If Darnell Washington can be lined up next to Gentry on the side, 2 tight ends, or if Moof's there and you have Jones, Seumalo, that's going to be a big wall so that Warren and Najee can run past and run behind and create yards with that running game. And that's going to be fun to watch. So the first of all is blocking. Darnell Washington, confident bloke. He already likes Kenny Pickett throwing the football, blocking. The next point is Darnell Washington and his offense like that with that tight ends, it should improve the red zone opportunities. Now, last year with Matt Canada's coaching, the red zone stuff didn't really work. We set up for field goals or we missed completely, right? Red zone wise, and I want to see more TDs. If it is running the football with Najee Harris or Warren behind the big line, behind Darnell Washington, I want to see that come into to a more positive point, a much better positive point than going down the red zone and finish with a TD. Anyways, guys, that's a big episode today. Huge one. I will be going. Actually, you know what's kind of cool? Tomorrow night, I'm going out to the A-League Grand Final, which is like soccer or football, right? It's like Australian soccer Grand Final. I got invited by a mate, so I'm going to go watch the football. It's going to be fantastic. Have a few sherbets, have a few drinks. So I'm doing this video to get everyone hyped up, have a bit of fun. But yeah, to summarize, we have Warren is my fifth player. We have Mark Robinson is my fourth. I have KP8, Kenny Effin Pickett. And we have Patrick Peterson I'm looking out for. And Darnell Washington as well. Let me know, guys, if you made it this far in the comments below. As my dog's bark in the background. Let me know in the comments below who are your 5 favorites, or who's your favorite player. Who are you most keen? Who are you most excited to see to watch in 2023? I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day.